Welcome to Catalyst Conversations, a podcast from the Foundation for Evangelism, where we talk about evangelism, discipleship, and sharing the good news of Jesus Christ with a hurting world. We hope that this podcast series can help you start a conversation in your faith community. In this episode, our 2023 Equipping the Local Church grant recipients share how lay members of their church are becoming more engaged as a result of the evangelism initiatives.
Thank you. So that is a great segue, that one of the requirements on the application and expectations is that these grants are partnership between clergy and laity, with the foundation being founded by and primarily run by laity, recognizing the importance. And Jerry, you just began to speak to that, of just how tapping into the lay folks and their gifts and their passions. Do you have some specific examples about that partnership you could share?
Yes. The example, like, for instance, the hot breakfast and the mentor. The hot breakfast on Sunday morning, and then the mentorship with the youth and the chicks. They're mostly young adults who had just graduated from college. Those that was former gang members, former incarcerated, former drug addicts or alcoholics. Those are the individuals that help mentor the youth and the children. Now, for as the tutorial program, we have a lot of retired educators, and we always joke with them, was like, I say, are you still living? Yeah, like, yeah, I'm still there. I said, well, since you're not dead yet, you might want to put your skills back. They always joke, like, I've been teaching for 40 years. I was a principal. I said, yeah, but you don't have to do it that often. So now the mentorship and then the after school and everything is done with former educators. So it just keeps the program working, that you don't have to have your hands over here and have your hands over here. All the laity, clergy, the local priests, we all work together, and all of us stay in our lane. I do what God has called me to do, and if I don't know it, I'm gonna ask you a question. And I leave it to the principal to be how to deal with that. And it's been a blessing to see the generational gap come together. That's the main thing, the generational gap, because the young people are teaching them about the social media, about the TikTok, about the Facebook. And so it's been each hand hitting the other.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I told you a church of 12. There wasn't much option for everybody to not get involved. If we were going to do this, it was going to have to be everybody. I know that I'm in a unique setting. I have 2 people in my congregation that are over 50. Everyone else is under 50.
Yes.
And if I did the math right while I was listening to Pastor Jerry, I have 17 under the age of 25.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mary Beth spoke to this, that we're seeing this generation, a younger generation, they want to see needs met.
Absolutely.
And if ministry flows from that, if lives, not just physical needs are being met, but then we begin to dive into spiritual needs, spiritual brokenness, all of that. My wife is a clinical mental health counselor. So there are people that walk in that I'm like, you take this one. Like, I'm just, give me your read. But that's part of it. And I think they're just excited to see transformation happen. I looked back at our application, and it was that same week we were helping a couple get a place to stay. And they had been homeless for a couple of years. They weren't married. Ooh. And my wife asked me, she said, "Are you okay helping this couple get a place to live and live together even though they're not married?" And my immediate response was, I just want them to survive the night. Out of that, spiritual growth happens. But if they don't make it to tomorrow, spiritual growth's not going to happen. And so it's been exciting having an all church outreach. And I will say, we have had people visit the church and they have told us, they're like, "We love what you're doing, but I can't sit beside somebody like that." And I almost want to be like, "Well, you could give. That'd be great." You enjoy it so much. I think it's great. No, but it's just a unique position, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that this foundation has also taken part in giving us. So
we have a couple of master gardeners, and the community garden project aspect of our grant has kind of morphed into a creation care, and that's Laity. That's not me. One of our folks has just really taken on, and she's got all these ideas, and we have this weird little median thing in the parking lot, and they've taken all the grass out of that, and they're going to put a cut flower garden there to share cut flowers with people. I never would have thought of that. I don't grow pretty things. I grow tasty things. It's just how our farm works. But it's been really, really fun to see her grow in that, to the point where I'm ready to hand off our farmer's market stall to her. I don't have time to do this anymore, and it's kind of sad. But if my church does it, then we've got more laity, and it kind of solves two problems. We have the laity. My time at the farmer's market isn't over, but it also gives the laity an outlet to meet people, which is why I go anyway. So it's just really fun to see her kind of wake up and start moving. She's done a lot of work for the church before, but this particular area, it's just been really fun. It's been fun watching our young adults, which I don't think we have 17. We might. But to watch the young adults be excited and want to share what we do. I don't necessarily see them on Sunday morning because a lot of them are in bands or they work, but they come on Wednesday night. So we count them as hours as it goes to that metric thing of, okay, is it a part of our worshiping congregation on Sunday morning? No. Does it look good on our denominational paperwork? For small group, I think it could. But is this a metric of lives being changed? For sure. So to watch the young adults take leadership. And I think the most exciting and unexpected one, between the time that I wrote the grant and I think after we found out we were going to be receiving the grant, there was a shift in our support staff. The music person had done youth and children and decided to step back from youth and children. So we found ourselves needing to hire a kids and youth director. So I hired one of my Wesley Foundation students because she was an amazing evangelist. She took our foundation from 1 student to 12 in a semester. So I wanted her to do our kids and youth. And we have been able to encourage her using the grants. I want to do an outdoor movie night. Sure. I don't know if it's going to work, but sure. So we were able to get, without having to worry about convincing the trustees or the finance committee, we were able to fund her one of those inflatable movie screens. She's already used it twice. So things like that, we're really encouraging her. I do believe she is in the process of exploring a call to ministry. So her first experience with the church is one that is really enforcing her skills and her gifts. And she's surprised us all. She's done what I hoped she would do, which is what I saw her do at our foundation. But she's doing that with our kids and youth. And it's been really fun to see her kind of have the freedom and fun to play with her ideas.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Catalyst Conversations. We invite you to use this and our other episodes to start or keep a discussion going in your community. We hope you'll join us in celebrating the Foundation's 75th year. We have several in-person and virtual events planned, and you can find out more by going to foundationforevangelism.org/75 years.